Welcome back to the channel. This is Dr. Sean TV, Dr. Chief the Sunflower, reporting to you live. I'm recording this in the middle of the night. It's like you don't even want to know what time it is. But let's get to the point. As you can see from the title, I want to talk about the stock market tumbling the worst since 2020, this protest that we're not doing on April 5th, and also these tariffs that Trump has implemented to America. I don't have any slides in this video. I just want to give you straight, raw, top of the dome what I think is going on with each of these situations. First, let's go to the stock market. As you guys know from our research from previous videos, we discovered that America, the one that has been started by a pseudo government with a bunch of pseudo laws that were initially to make melanated people feel enslaved in the mind, more so because we were never really slaves. We are prisoners of war. And they started all of these things in this country, came over here, stole land, did all of these things, and now immigrants are trying to kick other immigrants out. Immigrants are trying to take back control of the country, and all of this stuff is just to get your attention. It's propaganda. It's to get your attention because everybody was doing their thing. The economy was trying to grow. TikTok was booming. And they said, no, stop the TikTok. Too many people becoming millionaires. Stop this. Too many people getting, independency. Just like 2020, the stock market tumbled. It's the same thing happening right now because they're doing things that they shouldn't be doing. With dentistry in 2020, the price of supplies in our industry skyrocketed because everybody was wearing masks, everybody started wearing gloves, everybody started wearing all this stuff, and the prices didn't go down. Now the price of gloves and masks are outrageous. Now with these tariffs and then the stock market tumbling and then the fear that they're putting into the American people, everybody's glued to the news like what's going to happen, what's going to go, everything's going to go high. People are just speculating all type of things. So the trust in the American people is gone. And for people who look like me, we've been dealing with this fake government since forever, since they landed over here, since they just started making up laws and changing people's names and classifying people as this. And this is what you get. This is the type of government that you guys came over here and started. This is the results of it. People just come and do what they want. But it's finally impacting everybody, not just people who look like me. Before, we were the target. We were the people who they wanted to keep down, the people who they didn't want to progress, the people who they lied about their identity, stole the land, made up laws that were specifically to hold us down. And now just to see the world react to the stock market, to all of the things that's going on is bananas to me. I predicted when they started dabbling with TikTok and trying to shut it down, I realized then we as indigenous Niiji, first of all, who are all now, everybody's an American, even immigrants are Americans. So when I say American, I take that term so loosely. I'm really a Niiji. So, it's like that with me with the terminology. But anywho, for the sake of this video, we as Americans, we feel it now. We see it now. We don't trust this government. I never trusted the government, but now I am like laughing at what is going on because so long they tried to do these things to attack us, the Niiji, the sovereign people, and now everybody is being impacted. Everyone is panicking. But I guarantee you, if it was something that was just focused on us, you would not hear panic. Nobody would care. Everybody would go on about their life if we were the ones just getting fired, if we were the ones that are being targeted. But because immigrants are targeting other immigrants, trying to build this rage in the whole country around the world, this is what you get. This is what is happening. They're just trying to enforce this fear into all of us. And it's not going to work. We have to stand on business, my Niiji. We have to stand on business. Things are crashing. Things are higher. But don't you panic. Stand your ground. We are going to be okay. You got to start growing your own food. Don't even worry about this money because guess what? The stock market is crashing because people are losing their trust in this fake pseudo history. We, for one, are finding out who we are, and the government can't take it now. Out of all the knowledge that's going around, out of all the information that's on the Library of Congress, out of all the history that people are debunking left and right, they are focused on this type of stuff. tariffs, this. They're not focused on making history come back to the truth. And until it comes back to truthfulness, until this government tells the truth, this country will continue to fall down because it was never supposed to be in charge anyways. And it's going to be hard for people to understand. We were never supposed to be in the matrix anyways. So until this country tells the truth, until this country puts the proper people back in their sovereign place, it's going to crash. Because guess what? Money has not been backed by gold since the 1970s, guys. So this money that you see, the tariffs, all this stuff is to cover up that the American government is broke. Yeah, the American government is broke. So you're going out here working hard, doing all this, trying to achieve an American dream that doesn't even exist. I'm trying to achieve a Niiji dream. That's a dream where your mindset is clear. That's a dream where you don't even panic about a government doing something that has nothing to do with you. I'm not a part of the American government. I am now by force, but if I had a choice, if I wasn't like born into this generational curse, I would not even be signed up. None of that shit. Excuse my French. So that's what's going on. They think they got us bamboozled, my Niiji, but they don't. I'm seeing right through the propaganda. This is all a distraction. We getting too comfortable. We getting too connected. We getting too knowledgeable about who we are. So it's becoming a problem. It's becoming a problem. The lies are being exposed. Okay, so that's why the stock market is tumbling. That's why people want to protest on April 5th. But guess who's not protesting? We're not protesting. We've been protesting forever to try to get some type of truth out of this government, some type of truth out of this country. But everyone walked around with their head turned. Everyone walked around like, and it's still happening because the knowledge is the power. The knowledge is the truth. I'm going to need this government to stand on business about the truth. Y'all keep going on and trying to change this and put this law in place to try to control this, to do this. When y'all gonna start telling the truth about history? We talking about stock markets and tariffs and the first laws in this country and what had worked in this country in 150 years and when y'all gonna start telling the truth and put the Niiji back where they belong? Honestly, they're never gonna do it. We have to do that, my Niiji. We have to put our mindset, our finances, our community, our wealth and knowledge sharing back into the right place. Because as you can see, no matter how long and no matter how wrong things go, it's always going to be ignored. That history is going to be ignored, even though it is spreading like wildfire. The TikTok ban didn't work. It did not stop the knowledge flow. Now, they did change the algorithms, though. So it did take a little blow because this is all warfare. It's physical, mental, spiritual, and now it's technological warfare, monetary warfare. But the reason why you shouldn't panic about this government crumbling down is because they were never supposed to be up in the first place. The reason why you shouldn't panic, my Niiji, about this government crumbling down, because it's not meant for us. It's never going to be any benefit to us. No matter what they do, no matter what tariffs they put, you're going to be straight. Don't fall for the propaganda. Don't fall for the pseudo history. Don't fall for the pseudo news. Watch it, but I hear some people, all I do is watch the news, read a book, go plant something. Don't sit here and just watch these people put fear in you and have you going to church praying and just stop it, my Niiji. Just stop it. Get back into the spirit. Don't get sucked into this right now. This is not our battle. Let it roll. April 5th, we don't move. Do not go out there protesting. For what? They're not listening. When they unalived that man in December, I haven't heard nothing about it. Robert Brooks. I'm going to keep saying his name because that was the most disturbing video I have ever seen in my life. And it reminds me of this government right now. Behind closed doors, beating up on the Niiji, aka the black people, aka the African Americans. We're not from Africa. We're not even going there, but you know if you know. We have been getting mutilated since the beginning of these immigrants being on Turtle Island. Since Christopher Columbus pulled up on Turtle Island, since Andrew Jackson, since all of these people pulled up on Turtle Island. Fernando Fernandez saying all these people pulled up on Turtle Island. Nothing has ever been the same. This government knows this. So we have to stand strong, my Niiji. If the stock market go to zero, the Dow go to this, it's all made up anyways. If you have your stuff invested, just be very careful because everything is a risk right now. Everything is a risk. And guess what? The way the stock market works, it go down, but guess what it's going to do? It's going to go back up. As long as the dollar don't crumble because they have BRICS now. And the last report I read said 55% of countries are now away from the dollar. Yeah, because they know the dollar is not backed by gold. The dollar is not backed by gold, guys. What does this mean? This means that you're working for paper with people's faces on it, that they just print. It has no way you can go and trade it in for gold. It's pretty much worthless. It can get you things now, but it's pretty much like, you know. So if you're not making a lot of it and you penny pinching, listen, start a YouTube, start you a couple businesses. Don't take this money serious because everything is going high, but your brain still works. Your mind still works. The ground has had the same value that it's had for millions of years. It's still, you can still put a seed in the ground. You're still gonna have rain, sunshine. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Just know that fact. Money wasn't even invented. It's like 100, 200 years ago. So before that, we thrive. Niiji thrives. Sovereign people thrive. All we need is water, food, sun. We thrive. All this other stuff, buckle down, my Niiji. Buckle down because things are going haywire, but at the same time, I feel like they're going to be imbalanced. So don't you panic. Don't go marching. They're doing all this so they can make you go march and putting everything on the news to get you upset. We sit this one out. We have to sit this one out. We have to sit this one out. This is not our fight. This is not our fight, my Niiji. Our fight is to continue to spread the knowledge, to continue to share the truth, to continue to let this government know we know the lies. We see the BS. You still just gonna walk all over it, act like you guys didn't do something so evil and so atrocious to the sovereign Niiji, um, indigenous, melanated people of Turtle Island, like we don't exist. So right now, the government don't exist to me. All this stuff they're doing don't exist to me. I don't even live in that world. Get out of the matrix, my Niiji. Get out of the matrix. Don't sit here and watch these people all day and get fear in your heart and feel like, oh my God. Yeah. In dentistry, we just got let me make sure I'm covering all my bases though. So we talked about the stock market. All right. We talked about, you know, the protest that's going on that we're not participating in. Say it with me, my Niiji. We are not participating in the protest. Sit this one out. Now immigrants are fighting immigrants, kicking other immigrants out. It's all mind-boggling. But you know the one person who they have not called immigrant? The Niiji. They might label us something, but they can't deport us nowhere. You can't take us nowhere. We're from here. You can't touch us. Okay? Now, the tariffs. The world is in an uproar because of the tariffs that Trump put in. He said he was going to do this. He said he was going to do all. He said he was going to close TikTok down. You see it. What happened? But they couldn't live without us on TikTok. So he said that he was going to do this. And it's all for economic, political control. But he's trying to control countries that are joining the BRICS or that are turning on the U.S. to make them pay more. And yes, things will go higher. Like I said, in dentistry, all our supplies went higher when COVID happened in 2020. And they're saying that the stock market hasn't crashed like this since 2020. So this is having the same impact that COVID is having, but without all the masks and gloves for some reason. So things are likely to go higher. And just like they always do, when war comes, when these times come, things go higher. So you just have to buckle down and not let it worry you. And this is the last thing I'm going to touch on, my Niiji, because I just had to get this all out and see how you guys are feeling about what's going on. I told you guys a couple months ago that America is going to change forever now that this guy is in the office. And every day he is coming out with some crazy stuff like slashing jobs, turning this off, turning this off. Why do you think that is? If you are a country that is in the red, millions of dollars, maybe even billions of dollars in the red, then that means that you're going to try to cut things everywhere. So they just cutting off everything because they don't have it. They already told you Social Security is going to run out. People still like, da, 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 da. When I retire and get my Social Security, I'm going to be straight. No, mother. You're not. They told you. We have to start believing these people for face value. It's like being in a bad relationship and somebody coming back and saying, I apologize. And then they do it again and they say, I apologize. And you just keep going on in this bad relationship cycle. You know, it's going to wear you down. It's going to kill you, my Niiji. It's going to tear you apart. So that's why now we have to stand on business. We can't fold. We can't be worried about the government's crumbling because they're not supposed to be in charge in the first place. They are going broke. They are losing control. And this is a last ditch effort to try to get some control. That's why Donald Trump won. This is the first time I didn't see elections go to recount. I didn't see Florida in some type of battle. It was just like, nope, Donald Trump is it. That's it. No questions asked. So I already thought this election was weird. I don't really, with none of them, Kamala, Donald, nothing that has to do with this government is good in my eyes. Kudos to the people who try to get in and try to make a change, but they are in control. And this is what it is. And then now they're losing control. Like I said, the money is worthless, guys. It's like playing with Monopoly money. It's like you might as well just go and get you some Monopoly money. Okay? Because this is what's going on. They playing Monopoly with you. So go ahead and practice some Monopoly. It's time to get together, guys. It's time to get some land. It's time to grow some food. It is time to do more than just watch TV. It's time to do more than just watch TV. There's an urgency for Niiji to rise right now. There's an urgency for Niiji to stand up right now. There's an urgency for Niiji not to get in the street and march right now. There's an urgency for Niiji to get into their spirit, to be unapologetic, and to be fearless. Don't let this news make you fear. Don't let the propaganda make you fear. Don't let the stock market make you fear. Don't let nothing make you fear. Do what you got to do. Buckle down and have no fear. Because the things that they are doing behind the scenes is going to have great impact. But we will not fold. We've been through much worse than this. Imagine having this beautiful land full of fruit, honey, animals, sunlight, land, cotton, every type of thing that you need. Beautiful land. And somebody coming on, starting a war, making you work on the land, making you pay taxes that we never had to pay as sovereign people, making you work on your own land. I was doing research, my genealogy, and I ran across somebody who I thought was my ancestor, but it turned out not to be. But when you do your genealogy, you run across all type of crazy facts. And sometimes it's your ancestors, sometimes it's not. But it's too close for comfort. So I ran into a report that was about the Red Arsenal in Alabama. And I thought this was my people. And they were talking about how the melanated people, and they did a historical document on these people because it was so messed up what the government did. So the government came, started war with these people on their farmlands, took their farmlands, made it into an army base called the Red Arsenal. I think it's in Alabama. Kicked the people off of the land and then wouldn't even hire them to work on the land. So took their resources, kicked them out, and now there's nothing but military school and military, all this stuff on this land that wasn't even theirs. And this is what I'm talking about. This is the type of stuff that this government does. They act like they get amnesia when they treat people wrong. They just get amnesia, like, oh, we finna do this, we finna put this tax, we finna do that. I don't give a what y'all do. Honestly, I'm gonna be all right because I'm Niiji. We so strong, we can make it through anything. And I tell y'all that story because that was almost my ancestors. And I was brought to tears about hearing that. Kick these people off of their land, unalive their family, wouldn't even give them a job, and brought all these immigrants onto the land and just made it where this is the government property now. How wrong is that? To put war on the land and then just treat people like crap. And now when things are tumbling down for you, now you want to make things even worse. And then I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to be done. And I want y'all to tell me your thoughts about what is going on. I'm up in the middle of the night. I had to get this out of my mind because it was bothering me. It's bothering me. I don't want people to feel like, Oh my God. Like, don't panic, guys. Now it's not the time for you to panic. I got an email from one of my dental organizations warning us dentists about what's going on. So we normally get things a little bit ahead of time. So when COVID happened, I knew that it was gonna happen before it happened, but I didn't believe it. I was like, oh, that's over there. I'm not worried about it. But I knew about it. I just didn't believe it. So now I don't hold that mindset where something is too unbelievable to come true. So now I see the BS for what it is. Okay? I see it for what it is. So we got this email today, an urgent email to the dentist to let us know. Number one, they've been trying to tell the government, Donald Trump, not to raise tariffs on medical imports. They didn't even listen. They still put tariffs on all imports, including medical stuff. So not only is this going to make people not realizing, not only is this going to make food and housing and all of these things go up, but medical things are going to go higher. There's already a shortage of doctors. There's already a shortage of dentists. The supplies with dentistry have been high and other medical devices have been high since coronavirus. And now it's going to go even higher. So guess what this means? That root canal is going to be higher. That crown is going to be higher. All of these things are going to be higher. The government doesn't care. They don't care. They do not care, guys. So you have to care about your health. You have to care about your kids. They also said Donald Trump and his administration are eliminating fluoridation in water, all the efforts to put fluoride in the water. They're eliminating sealants in school. So if you don't know about fluoride, so before fluoride was implemented into the water, people were getting cavities. It's just the studies show that they were getting cavities left and right. Fluoride makes your teeth stronger so that you have more resistance against cavities and tooth decay and oral diseases, you know? So when you take this out of the water, guess what's going to happen to the oral health care? It's going to plummet. It's already a shit show when it comes to oral hygiene and teeth. I'm a dentist. I know. I see this every day. I see the morale of patients every day. And most people would fix their teeth, but it's too expensive already, right? Now you're going to make the kids get cavities. You're taking sealants out of the school. So sealants in the school helps children, especially in underserved, impoverished neighborhoods, because it seals up the grooves in the teeth before they get cavities so that they have a less chance of getting cavities and tooth decay. I even had sealants. I was even a part of those programs where they put sealants in your teeth so you don't get cavities, you know, and that protected my smile. So I'm just like, I cannot believe the things that they are taking away things and resources from the children, taking away resources from everybody. So this email also touched on how, like I said, they're taking away the fluoridation and the sealants. The government didn't listen. The imports for medical goods are still going up. They didn't listen. They didn't listen about anything, guys. So now that we are in the know and we are exposed to all this knowledge that we have, Niiji, and we are exposed to the things that the government is doing to try to make it seem like the Matrix is real. Now that we know what's going on, do not fold. Brush your teeth, floss your teeth, take care of your kids' teeth, pay for the sealants, pay for things while they're small. Fix the small cavities versus letting it get worse. You have to do things with intention now. You have to do everything with intention, do things on purpose, do things that are going to keep you healthy as possible in this day and age. It's time to buckle down mentally, spiritually, and physically, because there's a warfare on a technological front, economic, and they're hitting areas where we can't see. We focus on the TV, they're making moves. They're making moves, tribe. They're making moves, my Niiji. This video wasn't supposed to be this long, but I had to tell you guys all of this information that I just been seeing about the tariffs on the island, Antarctica with penguins. So these people aren't caring. They don't even make logical sense. They don't give up. And once I realized that, I stopped falling for the propaganda and the pseudo history. So I need you guys, I'm going to say this one last time. Be fearless. If you don't take nothing else from this message, it's to be fearless. Be in the know, but don't let the know take you down. Be in the know, but don't be a fear promoter. Be in the know, but also know that there is a spirit that's in control. The government wants you to think that they bigger than our spiritual, guidance, our spiritual creator, our ancestors. They want you to think that they're bigger than all of that. But our ancestors survived some of the most craziest stuff. People just coming, taking stuff, reclassifying them, lying about a whole bunch of history, making stuff up. They still signing stuff, making stuff up. People like, no, what's going on? He can't do that. This is what y'all been doing. Since they came over here, this is what they've been doing. Making stuff up, signing stuff that's not true, reclassifying indigenous Niiji, talking about the Native Americans being here, and they just been lying. The jig is up though. The jig is up. Knowledge is the truth. Knowledge is the power. Not pseudo knowledge, not pseudo history, not pseudo economy, not pseudo news. None of this is the power. This is all propaganda to give them fake power. But that power is crumbling down right before our eyes. This isn't our government, guys. To my Niiji, this ain't our government. They don't control us. Get out of the matrix now. Get out of the matrix. All right? And I'm going to leave y'all with that. And other than that, have a wonderful day. Whenever you see this video, my Niiji, have a wonderful day. Feathers on. Know who you are. Know whose you are. Know that the ancestors are proud of you. And know that we will not be bamboozled by this BS. Can't. No way. But just know that things are going to change. Things are going to change. But we going to be all right. All right? Period. Period, my Niiji. So I will holler at y'all in the next video. Have a wonderful morning, evening, night, whatever time it is where you are. I know it's the middle of the night here where I am in New York. So, hey, this is where we are right now with this government. Everybody is just, this is where we are. So just laugh. Come on, just laugh with me. Before I go, just laugh with me. So wherever you are, you see all of these things going on, just... Girl, they crazy. What? They did what? This government is so ghetto, girl. What? Sometimes you gotta laugh to keep from fucking crying. Like, what? Listen, guys, I'm gone. Some things is funny, and this is just the fun. This is the funniest of them all. Remember, I would highly recommend playing this game with your kids, because this is what's going on right now. Monopoly. Peace out, guys.